back there. So if you can hear me, go ahead and say, I'll give you guys a C. But that's okay, that's passing, and that's how we got through college, so we're all good. Let's get this tour started off with our first beautiful view over on your left-hand side. This is Moku'oli'i Island out in Kaneohe Bay. Now the more common name for this island is China Man's Hat, but the Hawaiian name, the real name is actually Moku'oli'i. Over on your right-hand side, that is our lovely Kualoa mountain range. We're going to spend most of this tour on the other side of that mountain in our southern valley, which is known as Hakipu'u. Now Hakipu'u actually translates to broken hills. So once we get over there, that's where the tour is going to get a little bit more bumpy. But I'll give you guys a little warning before we get over there. Now, aside from our beautiful views and our film locations, we're also going to talk a little bit about some Hawaiian culture and a little bit of history along the way as well. This is going to be a little bit of an educational tour. In fact, our first little site on this tour is coming up here in just a few minutes. It is at a Vahipana, which is actually a spiritual place. It's a place of worship and to seek knowledge and guidance from the gods up above. But our Vahipana is just a replica. It's not a real temple, so no need to worry. It's not like sacred or holy ground, nothing like that. All right? Over on our right-hand side, though, these tikis represent the four main Hawaiian gods that would have been worshipped inside of the temples. So let's go from right to left. On the far right-hand side, that is Kanaloa, god of the deep sea. Next to him is Lono, that is the god of agriculture. After that is Kane, the god of freshwater. And on the far left-hand side, we have Ku. He is the god of war. Now, of course, there's more than just those four gods. In fact, underneath each of those guys, there's about 10,000 lesser gods or demigods. So a grand total, about 40,000 gods in the Hawaiian religion. Lucky for you guys, we have a whole hour and a half together, so we can learn all their names right now. You guys want to do that? Oh crap. Yeah, you guys just threw off my boot. You're supposed to say, no! I'm so sorry to disappoint you so early on in the tour. I don't know how I'm going to make it out to you, but let's start off with another view on the left-hand side. Pretty amazing, right? Yeah? So this island is open to the public. You can go out there and walk around, check things out. If you go around the backside, you'll find some little tide pools, really fun. There's even a hike that'll take you up to the top of the island for some really spectacular views. But I did gotta warn you, it's not the easiest hike there is. As you can tell, it's definitely a little bit steep to get up there. A lot of fun. If you're feeling a little bit adventurous, give it a shot. Totally worth it if you make it up to the top. Most people take like a kayak or a paddleboard to get out there. But if you actually just go during very low tides, it is possible to walk all the way up to the island. Sitting over on the right-hand side of the truck, I have a view coming up for you in just a few seconds. So here we have another awesome look at Moku'oli'i. Have a ton of really awesome photo stops like this for you today. So you should have plenty of pictures to take home, show off to all your friends, your family, post them all over your Facebook, your Instagram, hashtag baking, hashtag Hawaii, hashtag justice is the best tour guide. I also accept hashtag justice needs a raise. I'm just playing. But we're going to come up now to our Vahipana that I was talking about earlier. So this is just a replica of a Hawaiian temple. We're going to talk real briefly about some of the stuff that's in there. So there's a couple of huts, or hales in Hawaiian. The one closest to the truck right now, that is called the Hale Kiai, or the guardhouse. Usually the strongest warrior of the village lives in there. He would have looked very similar to me, actually. You know, I've been kind of working out lately, so. But his job is to protect the temple. You don't bring any bad energy inside. If he ever deemed you unworthy, he had permission to execute you on the spot. These were very sacred sites, right? Next up, we have another little statue of Lono up there, god of agriculture. Obviously, he represents us very well because this is a counter ranch. We have a lot of farming, a lot of agriculture and aquaculture projects. So we found it best to put him in our Vahipana. There's another hale over there. The further one is called the Hale Pahu, or the drum house. Those drums kind of would have been used, think of it how Native Americans would have used smoke signals to send messages, but instead we would use the drums. We would use sound to send messages around the island. Kind of like a big game of telephone going all the way around the island. Now that tall wooden tower, that is called the Aunu Tower, or the Oracle Tower, and that is where they would go to pray. They believed that when they prayed inside of there, they would shoot their words up into the heavens so their gods could hear them better. So that is the Vahipana in a very quick nutshell. But this is also our very first film location. This was used for the movie Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. They shot a lot of scenes at the very end of the movie right up here. So the road that you see going up there, that is the same road that Nigel drives up his Jeep. He shakes all the players' hands and he sends them back to the real world. Inside of the Vahipana, that is the snake pit where Ruby Rittenhouse sacrifices the life. And the rock that overlooks the Vahipana over on your left next to the tree, that is Jaguar Mountain. You guys all see the jaguar up there? I really hope you don't, because it was all CGI. We have our film location sign off on your right. That picture is actually taken at the entrance of our little temple up there. And if you look on the backhand side of the sign, you're going to see a picture of Jaguar Mountain as well. And you can kind of see how they were able to CGI it up there. I mean, obviously that was a lot of computer graphics. But. And something pretty cool about that movie is that the entire cast actually came back to the island last year during summertime, and they shot some scenes for the new Jumanji movie that just came out last month, so very recently. They shot one scene here on our ranch, and then they went further up north on the island to Waimea Valley, shot some scenes over there. If you've never been to Waimea Valley before, go check it out. Very beautiful spot here on the island. There is a garden and a waterfall in the valley, and Waimea Bay, the beach right outside the valley, is also just gorgeous, tons of fun. Go check it out. But right now we're heading over to our southern valley of Pakipu'u. Once we're over there, we're going to start climbing a little bit higher up into the mountains, which will see even better views, and we're going to be seeing some more film locations. We'll be over there in just a couple minutes. Until then, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. That is the exact spot where Kualoa ends and Hakipu'u begins. that does mean that from here on out, it may be a little bit more bumpy. We're going to start climbing this hill over here on our right-hand side, get you up to our next lookout. Really stunning view called P Valley. It's also our next film location. Shouldn't take us too long to get up there, but hold on tight. Let's get going. Welcome to P Valley Lookout. This is also our second film location on the tour. This spot right here was used for Jurassic World. This is where they built the helipad for the movie. That was right in front of us. It was taken down after they finished filming, but we can see a picture of what it used to look like off on our left-hand side. Fish pond you see down there was it was used for all the scenes with Mosasaurus. So you got giant alligator-like dinosaur. For example, when he jumps out of his tank, bites the shark right off the line. That was filmed down there in the right-hand side of the fish pond. From the mountains, right down here from 2 to 4 foot long. Some of them up on the water. So we do have it out here. Do you guys want to get out and take pictures, or you guys want to keep going? Want to get out? Yeah. Alright, perfect. I'm going to pull the truck up here just a little bit further, and that way I'm not totally blocking out the way.
Pero si quiere mover, creo que se va a